There's a lot of reasons that people turn out like Gregory. He's insecure. Now, let's talk about the judgment part of this, okay, Gregory? Because by your fruits shall you be judged. Donald Trump was found liable in a court of law for being an adjudicated rapist. He owes a woman $80 million. That's a fact. That's not an opinion. He is a convicted felon. That's a fact. The man cheated on every wife. He cheated on his third wife with a porn star while she was at home with her 2-week-old son. He told 30,000 lies. When he was asked what his favorite Bible verse was, what did he say? Well, that's too personal. Oh, that's funny, Greg, because he had no problem banging a porn star with a Bible in the nightstand in Las Vegas while his wife is at home recovering from giving birth to their 2-week-old son, nursing her. Praise Jesus, right, Greg? By your fruits shall you be judged. He is a piece of shit. And so are you, Greg. You are. You are what you eat. This is what you're attracted to, the white man. You just don't want to hold him accountable because he's white. Remember the outrage over Barack Obama and his tan suit? Oh my God, oh, not the tan suit. Michelle Obama's dress. Oh my God, the black woman's dress. The Donald Trump is literally falling asleep in cabinet meetings and you're like, oh my God, he's so brave. He's like, oh, he opened the Strait of Hormuz. He's the one that closed it, dumbass. You don't get to set the house on fire and then get a hose and put the fire out and then say, oh my God, Jesus is coming. Praise God. You dumbasses. Greg, you're an idiot. You're a moron. You're a Pharisee, a modern day hypocrite. You know what I want? I want universal health care, Greg. I want people to have a higher minimum wage. I want people not to live paycheck to paycheck. The number one cause of death, Greg, in children is gun violence. What are your solutions, Greg? Because I tell you what, that's what Christianity would be, in my opinion. I'm a person of faith. You want to call it Christianity, go ahead. But those are the things that Jesus would want. You know what Jesus wouldn't do? Is put a rapist in the White House. He wouldn't put a president of the White House that's best friends with Jeffrey Epstein. You think Jesus is glorified by Donald Trump protecting child molesters? All he has to do is release the files, Greg. That's a fact.
That's true.
See, facts don't care about your feelings, Greg. You're just a pissed off, angry white man who's afraid of a white minority. That's it. That's all this is.
That's all they
and you
are.
read your little Bible, your little shitty Bible verses, and you don't know anything about it. Do you eat shellfish, Greg? Do you eat split hood calves? Do you shave your beard? Do you go into the Holy of Holies and sacrifice the goats? No, you don't do that. Where in the Bible does it say to stop doing that, Greg? Because I don't remember that. By the same measure you judge, lest you be judged. Judge thy neighbor fairly. Remove the log from your eye before you see the speck in your brother's. By the same measure you judge, lest you be judged. You've never read the Bible. You only cherry pick the pieces that push the white male patriarchy. And you want to talk about the atrocities? From 1776 to 1960, black people couldn't even vote.
Yeah, I talk about
they
that.
Were lynched in trees.
On the live
while
stream.
White Christians went to church and took pictures with black people hanging from the fucking tree, Greg.
Yeah.
But you don't care because you're not black.
Exactly. Tell them, Paul.
You don't give a shit, right, Greg?
Tell them, Paul.
Doesn't affect you.
Tell them, Paul.
The Native American population was somewhere between 50 and 100 million before the white man came here as a cancer on this country. And now they're down to what, 100,000? Yeah, that was us. How about when white people put Asians in internment camps, Greg? How about that? Yeah, you just don't like it. You want white history.
Mm-hmm.
You want the bullshit of American exceptionalism. We're the best. We're the best. I'm in Europe right now. They have universal health care.
Yeah.
They don't have school shootings.
No.
They don't have mass shootings on anything like we have over there.
France,
their colleges paid for in Germany.
Italy,
wow.
Spain.
What a shithole country Germany is, right?
No, it's
universal health care. Oh my God, socialism. Jesus would have wanted universal health care. He would have wanted free college. He would have wanted to have family leave. He doesn't want school shootings, Greg. That's what Christianity is. But you don't follow Christianity. You follow white supremacy. You follow white Jesus. So why don't you go put on your little white hood and your little, take some anger management classes, but you're not, and go worship your man that rapes a woman. Because that's what he is.
Bad
Any
man.
person, a man that you follow, that's such a morally bankrupt piece of shit, that goes before his wife and her family and her father and God and says, I will love you for better or for worse until death do us part. And then while she's at home with her 2-week-old fucking son, he's banging a porn star in Las Vegas. That's the guy that you want to take his word at.
As a president
Sure,
of the
Greg.
United States
Yeah,
of America.
you're a real great Christian. What an example.
No.
Why don't you go play your daughter when he said, grab them by the P-U-S-S-Y? If he's such a Christian, Greg, you should have no problem doing that. Why don't you go explain to your daughter why Donald Trump owes E.G. Carroll $80 million? Why don't you go tell your daughter why he calls women fat and piggy? Go tell your daughter why he doesn't release the Epstein files, who were molested, very likely by Donald Trump, because Donald Trump was mentioned in the Epstein files more than Jesus is in the Bible. But you won't do that, right, Greg? Because those are facts.
Exactly.
You
And
just don't like it.
it hurts.
By your fruits
Shall you be judged?
Judgment Day will not be kind to you, Greg.
No, it will not.
God sent people like me here to expose the moral rot within his church. God sent Trump here to expose you.
Mm-hmm.
You are the rot. You are the leavened bread. You're what's wrong with Christianity.
Speak the truth.
It is void of compassion, grace, kindness, and mercy. I'm passionate because I care about people. Because I grew up in a crappy house where my dad would hit us. That's why I care. And there's a lot of people in this country that are sick and tired of their faith being weaponized by little mediocre white men with micro penises who are white supremacists and want to maintain the patriarchy, and that shit's going to end. And it's going to be done because of people like me that are taking a stand. You just don't like the fact that a white man is saying something that you don't like, so you can fuck off and have yourself a white dick, Greg.
Wow.